Hello friends, you are on the channel Quotes of Great Men. Enjoy watching. If devils exist, their first aim is to give you an anesthetic to put you off your guard. Only if that fails, do you become aware of them. Some people feel guilty about their anxieties and regard them as a defect of faith, but they are afflictions, not sins. Like all afflictions, they are, if we can so take them, our share in the passion of Christ. Adventures are never fun while you're having them. I begin to suspect that the world is divided not only into the happy and the unhappy, but into those who like happiness and those who, odd as it seems, really don't. Wouldn't it be dreadful if someday in our own world, at home, men start going wild inside, like the animals here, and still look like men, so that you'd never know which were which? Is there a difference between a man who thinks that honesty is the best policy and an honest man? Chastity is the most unpopular of the Christian virtues. Our prayers for others flow more easily than those for ourselves. This shows we are made to life by charity. A son can be put right, but only by going back till you find the error and working it afresh from that point, never by simply going on. If we let ourselves, we shall always be waiting for some distraction or other to end before we can really get down to our work. The only people who achieve much are those who want knowledge so badly that they seek it while the conditions are still unfavorable. Favorable conditions never come. Mere improvement is not redemption, though redemption always improves people. The first demand any work of art makes upon us is to surrender. Look, listen, receive. Get yourself out of the way. When you're behaving as if you loved someone, you will presently come to love him. If you injure someone you dislike, you will find yourself disliking him more. If you do him a good turn, you will find yourself disliking him less. A little lie is like a little pregnancy. It doesn't take long before everyone knows. What we learn from experience depends on the kind of philosophy we bring to experience. When we are holy as we will be more ourselves than ever. Extraordinary things only happen to extraordinary people. Maybe it's a sign that you've got an extraordinary destiny, something greater than you could have imagined. If you look for truth, you may find comfort in the end. If you look for comfort, you will not get either comfort or truth, only soft soap and wishful thinking to begin, and in the end, despair. If our deepest desires cannot be satisfied in this world, then we must have been made for another world. All that are in hell, choose it. Without that self-choice, there could be no hell. This world is a great sculpture shop. We are the statues, and there's a rumor going around the shop that some of us are someday going to come to life. I think God wants us to love Him more, not to love others less. Christian love, either towards God or towards man, is an affair of the will. Holiness is irresistible. If even 10% of the world's population had it, the whole world would be converted and happy before the year's end. The basic proposal of the new education is to be that dunces and idlers must not be made to feel inferior to intelligent and industrious pupils. That would be undemocratic. Whatever you do, he will make good of it, but not the good he had prepared for you if you had obeyed him. Literature adds to reality. It does not simply describe it. It enriches the necessary competencies that daily life requires and provides, and in this respect, it irrigates the deserts that our lives have already become. You must see that if two things are alike, then it is a further question whether the first is copied from the second, or the second from the first, or both from a third. If one could run without getting tired, I don't think one would often want to do anything else. You'll never make a good impression on other people until you stop thinking what sort of impression you make. I mean, the more a man was in the devil's power, the less he would be aware of it, on the principle that a man is still fairly sober as long as he knows he's drunk. I was not born to be free, I was born to adore and obey. One must never be either content with, or impatient with, oneself. Nothing that you have not given away will ever be really yours. I believe that there are too many practitioners in the church who are not believers. Eros will have naked bodies, friendship naked personalities. The real trouble about the duty of forgiveness is that you do it with all your might on Monday and then find on Wednesday that it hasn't stayed put and all has to be done over again. Christ did not die for man because they were intrinsically worth dying for, but because he's intrinsically love, and therefore loves infinitely. Most people don't need to be taught, they need only to be reminded. Thanks for watching. Check out these educational videos too.